Test. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Let me know if you guys could hear me loud and clear. I'm on Zoom again. Yes, I think I'm starting to get used to Zoom. I think I like it more than StreamYard because it makes me look a little bit better because I have on no makeup, just lip gloss. Yes. Oh, happy Thanksgiving. Happy turkey, everybody. So I'm doing the show early today because it's the day before Thanksgiving and I didn't want to do it tonight. And it gives me an opportunity to see how do I get different viewership if I do an early show? Most of my audience don't really come online until after 7 p.m. So we'll see how it goes. And of course, we're going to have P Ray. She will be on, honey. Yes, to give us an update about what's going on in Chicago. And we're going to talk more in depth about the migrant crises. But before that, my Dana with the Data live stream show on Wednesdays is Woke Wednesdays. I highlight some of the media wokeness that's going on ever since Trump won. And even before he won, people have been, oh, it's racism, it's this, it's that, blah, 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 blah.
You
So
heard
we're going to get into that.
this mayor out there in Colorado. I want to get your reaction to it, and I want you to be clear about who has jurisdiction: the federal government or state. And
what is this? Did I spell his name right? I think I did. Tom Homan. Honey, he is no nonsense. No nonsense. They're coming. To all you illegals, they're coming for you. They're coming. They're not playing. Trump administration is not playing. That new border czar is not playing. And yes, we have to do a Diddy Bell update and a TD Jakes update. So I uploaded a clip from Monday's show about TD Jakes. He had a medical emergency during his Potter House Sunday service. He is doing better. He is in stable condition, right? But there is a part two to this TD Jakes story. And we are also on the lookout for Diddy Bell judgment. Now, I have a feeling that judge is not going to render or release his judgment on whether Diddy is going to get bail or not today. He may do it after Thanksgiving. So we're on a Diddy Bell watch. Also, so guys, if you get an update while I'm doing the show, put it in the chat, let me know at me, or you can send in a Cash App. Also, we on a YSL verdict watch because the verdict is supposed to come in today. So anybody, if that verdict comes in and I'm live, can you tag me or send it in via super chat and let me know what the verdict is? Yeah. And I started not to do a live. I said, you know what? Let me just do it early because I'm not going to do any more lives until Monday. I do the thing with Steve Saturday night, but that doesn't count because that goes straight to my membership and that's just fun and play. But I will be uploading a lot of uploads. So I want to make sure, please, everybody, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I need everybody to hit the like button, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And I need you guys to share this video, share. And make sure you hit the bell button because there are several people of my subscribers saying that they're not getting notifications. Did I contact YouTube yet? No, I did not, but I will be doing that today. So hit the bell button. If you hit it, unhit it, and then hit it again. I don't know what is going on. Dana, I'm sending you out, baby. Are you sending me out or are you taking me out? Jay Goodbar. How call for president? I don't see none of my moms, honey, because I'm starting an early show. So they're probably like, what is going on? They're probably, busy during their day. I know people are cooking, people are out shopping for Thanksgiving. It's a holiday season and I can't stand it, but it is what it is. What is going on with my damn Wi-Fi? So let's get into the show. Let me see here. Share, share, share. Let me share this. Go here. We're going to start off a little slow. Let's see something. How do I want it to? I guess I want it like this. Move and resize. What? Why would I want to resize it like that? I have no idea. No. Oh, actually, let me look at myself here. See what it looks like. Maybe I did it wrong. I don't want full screen. Wait a minute. Let's see what this look like. Give me a second, guys. What do I look like here? Oh, I'm still up. No, I'm trying to do it a different way. Which way is that? I thought I could do it a different way. Maybe not. Okay. Well, anyway, let's start off here with Ricky Smiley. So it says, we are headed into a dictatorship. Ricky Smiley sends scathing warning of Trump presidency being rife with racist, killing Black folks, and whites only buses. So apparently, this is where we're headed, according to these woke Black media, even the white woke media. But let's just focus on the woke Black media. They think that we're going to head back into Jim Crow. Yeah, I was trying to do side by side. Oh my God. But how do you do the side? Like when I'm what is this? No, this is weird. Multiple participants. No, no, no. How do you do side by side? Um, I don't know how you do the side by side. I'm just clicking, but yeah, I have no idea. Oh no, it got bigger. Oh, maybe I'm getting close. Let's see. Should I do it this way or this way? That's crazy. Um, Phil. No. What is this? No. Okay. Stop sharing. Let me stop sharing. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna get it together. Just give me a sec. Because I want to do it side by side when I share. Oh, like this. Here we go. Jesus. Much better. Okay, so this is much better. I think I have it now. So Ricky Smiley is saying that we are going to go back into Jim Crow era and Black people are going to start being killed because Trump is president. Never mind. I'm over it now. It's not showing side by side. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Forget it. I'm just going to be up here in the corner. And this is the okay. So let me start all over. Ricky Smiley on his daily morning talk show, radio show, he says we are headed into a dictatorship, and he sends a scathing warning of Trump presidency being rife with racist killing of black folks and white only buses. Where does these woke crazy ass black people get this from? None of this is going to happen. If it was racism before November the 5th, that same racism is still going to exist November the 6th. It's no difference. There's not a 24-hour, overnight change in society. So if white people were so-called killing black people under the Biden administration, is he saying that it's going to get worse? Is he saying that the Biden administration, there were no racism, but now it's racism under Trump? People, you all need to be aware of this type of rhetoric coming from the media, whether it's a white person or a black person. They mean no good. They're upset that their candidate did not win. They're upset that their candidate did not win. So all that extra media money or grants or connections out the window. Out the window. So again, you have to watch out for people like this because they're no good in society. We're not going back to Jim Crow because there are a whole bunch of laws in place to prohibit that. Jim Crow was long gone. The concern, not the concern, but the focus for Black Americans specifically, what it needs to be is get in the game. Where's your agenda? Not just for your local politicians, but where is your Black agenda for the federal government? Where is your Black agenda for where you live at in your city, in your county, in your state? Get in the game. Focus on public policies. Don't focus on how many non-Black people are in his cabinet. So what? So what? And people like Ricky Smiley, they're very uneducated. They don't know nothing about politics, and they're paid to play. They're paid to play. Now, I do want to highlight JFK because this video, this clip, I don't know how long ago it was. It could have been months ago when he was running for presidency. He was speaking to a room full of Black people and he was talking about racism. He was talking about if you give Black children resilience, then the inevitable racism will bounce off them like they are Avengers because they will be immune to it. And then we don't have to stop racism altogether because we're never going to be able to. Wait a minute. Because we're never going to be able to do that. Now, I want to play this clip of him, and then I'm going to play Roland Martin's response.
I had a great education. I had a family who loved me. I had role models in my country. I had confidence in my own future. Oh, those kind of things had no impact on me. And that's the kind of resilience that we want to give the Black American children so that they have so much confidence in their own future that when they do encounter the inevitable racism, that it will bounce off them, that they'll be, like the Avenger, they'll be immune to it. And then we don't have to stop racism altogether, because we're never going to be able to do that. But we can have children that are not affected by it, that don't internalize it, that don't see it as their problem. They see it as the person whose racist problem. I had a great education. I had a family who loved me. I had role models in my country. I had confidence in my own future. Oh, those kind of things had no impact on me. And that's the kind of resilience that we want to give the Black American children.
So let's pause right there. I think people have a problem with the messenger and not the message, because I can 1000% understand and agree with what he is saying. If you have the proper education, and that starts at the home, if you have the proper mentorship and role models, encouragement, living in a healthy environment, no matter what adversity is thrown at you in the world, you can be resilient and overcome it. That includes being a Black person in America dealing with racism or bigotry or microaggressions. So that is true what he's saying. I think a lot of people have a problem because he's a white, wealthy man saying that. He comes from a legacy of privilege. He comes from a very powerful family. Yes, his father was very corrupt because he made his wealth bootlegging, dealing with the mafia, whatever. But one son was president of the United States and the other one was the attorney general. So he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. But what I give Robert F. Kennedy respect is because he knows it. He know he was born with a whole bunch of privilege. He know he messed up for a long period of time in his life doing drugs and other things. But he was also taught how the game works, how politics work, how this country and this world operates. He knows all the little dark secrets of the top 1%. He knows how vicious the CIA and the FBI is. He knows the reality of what they have done or what this country has done to Black Americans. He knows that. And he's basically saying racism is not going to go away, but there is a formula for you not to be held back from it. So I don't disagree with his message. I think people have a problem, like Roland Martin, and I am going to play that clip, with the messenger.
So that they have so much confidence in their own future that when they do encounter the inevitable racism, that it will bounce off them, that they'll be, like the Avengers, they'll be immune to it. And then we don't have to stop racism altogether, because we're never going to be able to do that. But we can have children that are not affected by it, that don't internalize it, that don't see it as their problem. They see it as the person whose racist problem. I
totally agree. Totally agree. If you possess the basic fundamentals of good leadership, mentorship, good education, confidence, don't worry about stopping racism, because it's never going to happen. But you don't have to use it as a crutch. And this is another problem that I have. This is another issue that I have. Why is it in 2024, why do we have young people, Gen Zs and younger, why are they still yelling racism? You were not born in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I was born in 76. Did I encounter racism? Did I encounter microaggressions? Yes. Do we all still counter microaggressions? Yes. But not once me growing up that I felt like my race held me back from succeeding. But why do I see so many young people today saying that they cannot exceed because of racism? I'm not going to break all that down right now because, it's not enough time. But that is something that I want to explore. I feel as though Black Americans today, young and old, if you are not succeeding in life, it is not because of somebody white. It is not because of racism. It is because of you and your lack of work ethic, your lack of ambition. I truly believe that. Now, Roland Martin had a problem with what he said. Why we should care? Layout options. Why should we care what Roland Martin says? Well, Roland Martin is in media, whether we like him or not. I like trolling him a lot. But he's basically saying F Robert F. Kennedy, F him, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, again, are you mad at the messenger because he's white, or are you really mad at the message?
From your walls and your shelves, and remove your DVDs and remove anything that has a semblance of blackness so you can get the right appraisal for your home.
Mhm.
See, what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. don't understand. See, when you are in America, you can go into a hospital and get treated, but you can be Serena Williams and a black woman, and they question your pain. And you have to yell, holler, and scream to be treated while you were having a baby, and you could have almost lost that child.
So let me just pause right there real quick, because I understand what Roland Martin is saying. Anybody who is non-black, anybody who is non-black American, you don't really know what we go through or have gone through. But Robert F. Kennedy was not saying that. He could never understand it. He is actually giving you a formula of how to deal with people from his side.
See, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he don't know what it means to be a black CEO. And you walk into a room and the white folks mistake you as the staffer or as the assistant and not the CEO. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. don't know what it means when you're a black woman who is Angela Alsobrook, who goes to the U.S. Capitol. And the first thing the Capitol Police assume is that she's a staffer.
Oh, let me pause right there, because, again, I understand what Roland Martin is saying. But if a security mistaken her for a janitor, did she have on her congressional pin? Probably not. Because if you have your congressional pin in the Capitol, that means you are a congressperson. And if she was stopped by that security guard, did she report him?
And then when told I'm not a staffer, they said, are you the spouse of a member of Congress? And she says, no, I'm the duly elected United States Senator from Maryland. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has no idea the reality of what black folk have to contend with on a daily basis. Little of your wisdom. Because we really don't know. We black folk, we don't know what it means to be resilient. And I'm so glad that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. came by these parts to educate us black folk on how we need to equip our kids to be resilient. So y'all, let's all just together, just give Robert F. Kennedy Jr. a round of applause for being such a gracious white man to show us the white print on how to raise resilient black youngins.
All right. That's enough of that. See, the problem with Roland Martin is Roland Martin, we are not in 1924, 1964. We are in 2024. And from what I see, I'm looking at the youth. They're not being resilient because their parents are not properly educating our Black children to be resilient. And I'm a Black woman saying that. When you look at the school system, particularly in Newark, and you have 70% of the students in Newark reading below grade level, is that the white man or is that the parent? I like when white people talk about their side of the aisle and how we should deal with them and what is the formula to deal with them, because they don't tell you that. A white person is never going to tell you what you need to do to deal with them. Whether it's, this is actually a violation, blah, 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 blah. They're never going to tell you their little secrets, but Robert F. Kennedy will. I listen to wealthy, privileged white people because, again, they're the ones that are in the room making these public policies decisions. Yes, they're the ones who are CEOs of companies that are not hiring Black people. And then they wonder why we have DEI. Even though I'm kind of against DEI because it's not being rolled out properly for its use. But these white people who are making decisions that affect our everyday life as Black Americans, you have to listen to that white person that's going to tell you how to win at the game. Roland Martin is stuck in the 60s. And that is the problem that I see with most Americans, especially the ones that voted for Kamala Harris. They are stuck in a time where Black people was at the top of their resiliency, because that is why we got a whole bunch of public policies passed, supposed to be specifically for Black Americans, but we made it for all of Americans, what those Black people did. And honestly, Black people have not been resilient since 1965. And I say that because what public policies have we worked together to pass specifically for Black Americans? We vote people and send them to Congress, and they make up the Black Congressional Black Caucus. That is the largest voting bloc in Congress. And that caucus has not put to a vote in a subcommittee. They have not presented any public policies on the congressional floor since the 1970s. They have done nothing for Black Americans. So the resilience of Black Americans left when MLK and Malcolm X were assassinated. So no, we don't know how to be resilient, but you do know how to get a check for self, how to get paid to play, because that's what Roland Martin, Al Sharpton, Oprah, Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hughley, that's all these woke ass media people was doing this year during the election. But you want to complain about Black people not getting enough media advertisement money. And he's absolutely right. But Roland Martin, where is the lawsuit? There are so many lawsuits that we could file. That white man, I forgot his name, he filed a lawsuit to stop a Black women's organization for creating a venture capitalist for Black women business owners, because he said, hey, that's racist. That's going against the civil rights policy that Black people created and got passed. And then they had to dismantle that venture capitalist organization for Black women businesses, because you can't cater to one race. And if that man could file a lawsuit for that, we could actually file a lawsuit to these public sector companies that are literally withholding money specifically to Black media companies. There is a lawsuit there. But you were so busy trying to shuckle and jive with Kamala Harris and get a check for yourself of $250,000, still being lowballed. Because Al Sharpton got $500,000. Oprah got $1 million. You just got $250,000. And you bring in more views than Al Sharpton. And he's under contract with MSNBC. Well, he should have told them, I guess, if that's in his contract, he has to, I guess, tell them if he's being contracted out to interview or do whatever and get a check. See, you don't answer to nobody. So where's the lawsuit to sue these marketing advertisement companies for specifically giving little to no money to Black media? See, that is the game now, the lawsuits. That's the play. Drake is suing Spotify and UMG. They are a giant. I heard Star last night say it's not one person or three people. It's multiple heads of monsters. It is an entity. It is a machine. And he's suing them, whether he win or not. At least he has the courage to do so. He believes in his cause. Yes, it's going to be some backfire on his part. But where are the damn lawsuits that Black organizations or Black companies such as yourself, where are the lawsuits at? If we want to talk about DEI, if we want to talk about, all these companies is in the C-suites and you don't see nothing but white faces, where are the lawsuits at? That's the private sector. That should be easier to sue than the government, because the federal government cannot be sued unless they agree to being sued. So why are we not going after the private sector companies? But you want to sit here and criticize Robert F. Kennedy, who was mainly just putting Black people up on some game. He didn't say anything wrong. It was just the messenger. It was just a messenger. So with that said, listen, I don't want my platform to be about bashing Black people. That's not what my platform is about. It is about looking forward. It is about making sure you utilize government and the private sector to get ahead in this society. It is about, when you look at the numbers, it is about reinvesting in our youth. I'm not concerned about another, 40 or 50-year-old man or woman. I am concerned about 10 years from now, somebody who is 10 and they're going to be 20. Somebody who is 10 and 20 years from now, they're going to be 30. That 10-year-old today, that Black boy and that Black girl, especially Black boys, can he read on or above reading level? Can he do basic math on or above math level? Can he write on or above writing level? Does he have any type of mental issues? How is his household? Is he a well-functioning child at 10? Because after 10 is two options, either college or prison, or third one would be death. And that is the reality. So are we investing in our children to make sure that they are resilient when they're 20 and 30? Because if we are not, then the 10-year-olds that we see today and the conditions that they're living in now is the future for Black Americans. That is my focus. Oh, wow. P. Ray says she's sick. Thank you, Chief Rocker, for the lovely, lovely super chat. I thought it will be resolved and it didn't. Okay. No, I understand, P. Ray. So yeah, so that's my spiel. I didn't go to college and I could teach better than most teachers. Exactly. Kids today can actually make more money in trade schools. Yeah, there's so many things, so many avenues, but there are so many young Black boys that don't get the opportunity because of the environment that they're living in. And this is what we don't see. All right, let's go to TD Jakes before I get into Kamala. Oh no, I didn't want this one. Yeah, this one. All right, so listen, my little TD Jakes clip, honey, the other day, honey, it went viral. The numbers are up. Yes. So Bishop TD Jakes sues fellow pastor for defamation following sex abuse claims, medical emergency during sermon. All right, so we all know that TD Jakes suffered a medical emergency while he was preaching during his Potter House Sunday service. He is much better now. He is much better. TD Jakes, he's 67 years old. So he is in stable condition. This was Bishop TD Jakes is in stable condition a day after suffering a medical emergency during a sermon, but the mega church pastor is facing another hurdle related to sex abuse allegations. Jake, who is 67, has filed a defamation lawsuit against Dwayne Youngblood, a fellow pastor who claimed Jakes tried to sexually assault him when he was 18 or 19 years old. Youngblood made the explosive claims against the popular motivational speaker on October 27th episode of the Larry Reed Live podcast, alleging Jakes tried to groom him and also hugged and tried to kiss him. Oh my God. So this person, Dwayne Youngblood, I guess you could say Pastor Youngblood, is accusing TD Jakes of sexual harassment and saying that TD Jakes tried to kiss him and hug him when he was 18 or 19 years old. I don't know how old this pastor is. So it says the young pastor and his attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, who represented Lil Rod in his lawsuit against Diddy. Hold on for a second, guys. Oh, no, sorry. All right, I'm back. Testing, yeah. All right, sorry about that. So the young pastor and his attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, who represented Lil Rod in his lawsuit against Diddy, then demanded $6 million from Jakes in order to resolve this matter quickly and privately in the November 15 legal fact. Okay, so TD Jakes was being sued by Pastor Youngblood, claiming that he sexually assaulted her when he was 18, 19 years old. On his hospital bed, a day after having a medical emergency, TD Jakes got his lawyer on the phone and filed a defamation lawsuit against Youngblood. It's so ironic, though, that Youngblood attorney is representing Little Rod, who is suing Diddy. And Bishop TD Jakes has been linked to Diddy via the media. All types of speculation of him being linked to Diddy, of Diddy laundering money through his church. Well, I don't know why he would launder through his church, because Diddy money was legal. But the person who's trying to sue Bishop TD Jakes for $6 million retained the same lawyer that another victim that is suing Diddy. But TD Jakes says, you got the wrong one, honey, because on my sick bed, it could be my deathbed, I'm going to sue your ass instead. So Jakes instead opted to file a defamation suit against Youngblood in Pennsylvania federal court. In their filing, Jakes' attorney seemed to hint that the stress of the lawsuit might have contributed to his medical emergency on Sunday. See, we all knew something was going on with TD Jakes, because you don't just sit up here and faint. Well, damn near almost fainting on stage just because. Now, he is 67. He does seem a little overweight. We don't know if he had any pre-existing conditions, but stress will do that. I don't know if it's true if Bishop TD Jakes stepped down as the main pastor of Potter House, but he was preaching on Sunday when he had this medical emergency. This lawsuit is intended to bring that scheme to a halt, Jake team wrote, to end the extreme emotional, physical, and spiritual toll defendant's conduct has caused Bishop Jakes to set the record straight, so the world understands the patent falsity of the accusations, and to restore Bishop Jakes' reputation. Well, let me say this, because Bishop TD Jakes' reputation has already been destroyed, because it's been put in question, because he has been linked to Diddy. He has been to some of Diddy parties. It doesn't mean he was at the freak off after parties. There's no evidence of that, but he has attended some of Diddy parties. You are a pastor. I don't care if it was an after party, you know, where the regular folks was at. You should not be there. Why, you know, I mean, listen, if you're supposed to be a pastor and help to save souls, why are you involved in the secular music? It wasn't no after party for gospel singers. He had too much of a close tie to Diddy. First of all, Bishop TD Jakes has too much of a close tie to Hollywood. And we all know Hollywood is filled with freaks, drug addicts, all types of demonic things and people. So he's Hollywood, but he's trying to make sure that his hands is washed clean from all the Diddy dirt. But your reputation has already been stained. Now, I don't blame him with the defamation lawsuit, because you ain't going to try to get $6 million out of me, especially if he didn't do it. So let's go to court, basically. Let's go to court, because I'm suing you for defamation. So that means you have to prove what you're saying is true, because if you can't, then your case not only gets thrown out, but whatever I sue you for, you're going to have to give it up to me. So I get it. Save their souls that needs that most. Yeah. We are not perfect. No, we are not. But I'm sorry. You have a multi-million-dollar mega church. You get a lot of tax credit, not just on a federal level, but also on a state level. I'm pretty sure he's not paying no state income, because Texas doesn't have that, number one. He probably got land grants. And then he also has his movie production company. So he got money, millions coming in from Hollywood and millions coming in from the church. And now you've been dealing with Diddy for how many years? And he's sending his black ass up in jail under federal indictment, federal RICO charges, damn near, under the Mann Act for sex trafficking and human trafficking and all types of other things. We don't know who's on those Diddy tapes. But if Bishop TD Jakes is on those Diddy tapes, and he knows if he's on those tapes or not, because only he knows what he did or did not do, I will probably have a medical emergency as well. Nobody is clean. The issue is how deep, pause, is your dirt? How far does it go? Because this sounds very messy. Very messy. So I don't think P-Ray is coming on. She just texted me, she's not feeling well, which is fine. I understand, honey. But the show must go on. Speaking of Diddy, we're still on the Diddy bail watch. But LeBron James has been alleged to be a part of the Diddy tapes or the freak offs or whatever. This is all alleged. We do not know for sure. However, you cannot beat the internet. Now, LeBron James, I think he was at a football game recently, and there were some people in attendance, just regular people, excuse me, taunting LeBron James, saying, "We know you was at the Diddy parties, we know." And he just ignored it like he should.
Ron! 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 We know you was at them Diddy parties. We know you was we know you was at them Diddy parties. Ron! 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 We know you was at them Diddy parties. We know you was we know you was at them Diddy parties. Ron! Ron! Ron!
Why are you doing this to that man? So yeah, we want to know who's on the tapes. That's all we want to know. We want to know who is on the damn Diddy tapes. And for the love of God, I really do hope, I hope and pray somebody in the state of New York, the next attorney general coming in, that's going to take over this case, because USA Damon Williams, he sent in his resignation on Monday, and he's going to step down December 13th, because, you know, with a new administration in DC, they bringing they assign their own AUSAs. Whoever this new AUSA is going to be, please release some of those tapes, honey. I want to know if it was TD Jakes. I want to know if Jamie Foxx, Diddy, Jennifer Lopez, LeBron James, we want to know who's on these tapes. We know Diddy is nasty, but we want to know who's on those tapes, because we all want the tea. Yes, we all want the tea. Let's see. Oh, I guess I'll get into Kamala Harris. I thought I saved this. What is this? Okay. Okay. I don't know. I was still trying to do I was trying to play around with the share and line it up differently, but I guess I don't know what I'm doing. I might have to play with it a little bit more. But anyway, let's get into Kamala Harris. Look at her smile, honey. So this is the full video of Kamala Harris, right? Kamala Harris addresses supporters 3 weeks after humiliating loss to Trump and painfully cringe 10-minute rant where she brags about wasting over $1.4 billion in donor money. So Kamala Harris going viral over disturbing part of her video. I could have sworn that she said this part in another interview or another video because I thought this was old, but she has not spoken to the media. She has not broken her silence. We have not even seen her since November the 6th. So on November the 7th, she went silent. And Corinne Pierre, she said she was on vacation to spend time with her family, right? I get it. So this is the first time we have seen and heard from Kamala Harris since November the 6th. And it went viral because a lot of people are accusing her of being drunk, of being on something. I'm not saying she was, but it sounded weird. She looked kind of weird. And I'm like, Miss Thang, if you was on vacation, you should look more refreshed than this.
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
Why does she look so tired? I get it. You came off a very intense presidential campaign. But what in the hell is she talking about? Nobody didn't take our power away because the right person was elected. She's talking to all of those fake ass woke voters who voted for her like idiot. And first of all, I'm not playing this whole 10 minutes. But I could never, I can't listen to her for 10 minutes straight. Why would we? She says nothing.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Back at you, brother. You are such an extraordinary leader, and we have become lifelong friends. I just, in front of everyone, I want to thank you, Tim. You lead with courage. You lead with heart. You see the people. You care about the people. You believe in uplifting the dignity to which all people are entitled, and you do it and you have a sense of fun when you're doing it. But you are an extraordinary leader, and obviously the people of Minnesota are very, very lucky to have you there, but you are a national leader and a dear friend, and thank you. Noel, thank you for your work in Pennsylvania and all that you did for our campaign. And let me just say to everyone on this call, I am so grateful for you, and I'm so thankful to you. I'm thankful for your love of our country and your willingness to put the work into it. Golden favors You said, hey, I showed up at your softball game. Now I need you to show up at the campaign office. You put in the time. It was personal for you. And you gave all that you could to. And it means so much to me and to Governor Walz that you knocked on doors, you called friends, mean that it's leaders that we are dedicated to the coalition. Our spirit and our work was about saying that it is a strength that we each have to lift people up as opposed to beating people down.
Who is beating people down? What is this woman talking about? Honestly, the first 30 seconds that went viral, I don't think that was the most craziest part of it. It's the other stuff here. I'm just randomly stopping at different timestamps, and she looks crazy. And can you imagine if she was elected president? This person going to a G20 and G7 summit, talking to other leaders?
It is a strength we have that has lasting effect. So all that work that you did that was about engaging with other people, engaging with perfect strangers and in their face seeing a neighbor.
Seeing a neighbor?
That has lasting effect.
On who?
It reminds people that there are leaders like you who care and will bring us together. Out to fight for the ideals of our nation, the ideals that reflect the promise of America, that fight's not over.
Girl, that fight is over. I don't know what you was fighting for. But everything, what was she fighting for, honey? What was her campaign about? Her campaign was how to become a political celebrity. Because every rally, it was a concert. The performers who performed longer than her speeches. What was her campaign about? Abortions? Women's reproductive rights? Allowing illegals who broke the law to become citizens and have asylum and reap all the benefits of the taxpayers? What was her campaign about? Lowering prescription costs? That's your job. That's what you're supposed to do as part of your administration. What was her campaign about? And what would America look like if she was elected president? The powers within the powers of the actual president, because their powers are limited. But within their powers, what would the United States look like if Kamala Harris was elected president?
So look, we still have a lot to fight for. Okay.
Yes, the fight is to get rid of the illegal migrants. The fight is for Americans to go back to work, get a reasonable salary, a living salary. The fight is to bring back those jobs that were sent overseas, to bring them back, at least 25% of them or 30% of those jobs, bring it back to the United States. The fight is to lower inflation, to lower gas, to lower grocery prices. That's the fight.
A future where every American can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, where the women of America have the right to make decisions about their own body.
We do have that right. We have the right to make decisions about our own bodies. Now, the states that banished abortion, those women have a right to sue the state, to vote out those politicians who voted for the abortion ban. We have a right to push back. So why are we not doing that? If you're in the state of Alabama and they have abortion ban, then where are the organizations ready to vote out the politicians that voted for that ban to come in? That's the fight. But that has nothing to do with you as the president, because the president is not in a position and do not have the power to say yay or nay when it comes to abortion.
Not their government telling them what to do. our fight for the rule of law, for freedom for all, for equal justice, for the sacred principle that everyone, no matter where they start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be upheld. That's not over. That fight's still in us, and it burns strong. And I know this is an uncertain time. I'm clear-eyed about that. I know you're clear-eyed about it. And it feels heavy.
No, what feels heavy is literally listening to your drunk ass, alleged drunk ass.
And then drives us to achieve it. So let's continue to organize and mobilize and stay engaged.
She is right about that. We have to continue to mobilize and organize and stay engaged to make sure people like her are never elected in any type of political office. We have to make sure that this woke shit goes to sleep. We have to make sure that the borders are secure. We have to make sure that you are arresting and deporting all of the illegal criminals. We have to make sure that you are going to issue these tariffs laws to slow down outsourcing jobs. So yes, we need to mobilize and we need to organize to make sure that Congress and now White House stays red, but also to let these Republicans know your ass is on notice too. You never trust a politician, no matter what party they identify with. Republicans are on notice as well. I don't know what her issue is, but she should have stayed on vacation until January 20th. We didn't need to see her now. We didn't, you know what we needed? Yeah, excuse me. Us media people, we needed to see it so that we could do shows and get views off of her dumb ass. But we didn't need to see this. We don't care about this. She's not important. Stay quiet. Now, I do want to touch on the border a little bit, because the new border czar, he is not playing at all. Let me see something. So the mayor of Denver, he sat down for an interview, and he's saying that he will protect the illegal migrants in his state, even if the presidency, even if the federal government comes into his state and deport the illegals, because the federal government can do that. He's saying that he is going to go against the feds by any means necessary. Now, this is Denver, Colorado, the same city like Aurora, Colorado, that is being taken over by Venezuelan gangs. A whole apartment buildings being taken over, where they're selling drugs, selling guns, prostitution is running rapid. So I want to play this clip of the mayor of Denver saying that he is going to be defiant against President Trump mass deportation plan.
What is your line where you say, yes, I support these deportations, and no, I don't support these other ones?
Yeah, I think our line is clear. We think if you are a violent criminal that is committing serious crimes like murder or rape in Denver, you should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law and you should be deported. We support that. We have always supported that. We'll continue supporting that. We've worked with previous administrations on that. We will do it going forward. But let's be clear, that's not actually what the president is talking about. He's, I have to take him at his word when he says, I'm going to try to deport 12 million people, and I will use the U.S. military to do that. We have never seen that in this country before. And 12 million people, that's 60% of those are currently working on the job today. 25% of those are children. Those are people that never have had a speeding ticket in their life. And so I do not think anyone in America believes that that's what they've signed up for, but I have to take the president at his word when he says that's what he plans to do.
So let's take the president at his word. He said that he's willing to use the military to take out these deportations, to come into places like Denver especially and deport people. What happens if the military comes in? What does Mayor Mike Johnson do?
Well, I think if that were to happen, I think that would be illegal, that would be immoral, and that would be un-American. I mean, you're talking about U.S. soldiers who should be coming back to their hometowns as heroes, not coming back as captors. But yeah, if you were talking about putting the U.S. military out on streets to take 14-year-old girls out of a 9th grade history class and arrest them, or to come to a baseball game and pick up someone's mom and dad while they're watching a game, or to come to your King Soopers and pull folks out of line, I don't think any U.S. soldiers signed up to do that, nor do I think that it's illegal for an American president to ask them or require them to do that. And so we hope that is not going to be the plan, but we'll try to be prepared in every way we can to protect the residents here and to uphold the law, which we think that would clearly be in violation of.
Are you open to sending Denver police officers to the county line to stop federal forces or National Guardsmen from other states from coming into Denver?
We have no plan to do that. And we really hope that we don't ever have to do that. I think
no plan, but are you open to it?
What we're going to do right now is, it's hard to keep an eye on what the future president actually plans to do and what the proposal actually is. Some people think it's just focusing on violent criminals. If it were just a strategy to focus on deporting violent criminals, we would be ready partners to work on that. We do that currently.
So he's being defiant. He's saying that, we never had anything like that done before. It should be illegal alien charged with arring a 14-year-old girl in Denver. Mayor opposes deportation. So when you have these criminals that are bringing harm to innocent people, and whether that innocent person is an illegal or citizen, why are you not arresting and deporting these criminals? And why would you say that you want to have a problem if the federal government brings in the military to arrest the damn illegal criminals? Because they're going to be the first ones to go. So the mayor of Denver, and what the hell is his name? Mike Johnson. You won't have to deal with this man, Tom Homan. Yes, he is no nonsense. He is not playing with you. He's not playing with nobody.
Tom, you heard this mayor out there in Colorado. I want to get your reaction to it, and I want you to be clear about who has jurisdiction, the federal government or state and local governments. And if you're a sanctuary state or city, are you breaking the law?
You're absolutely breaking law. All you have to do is look at Arizona versus U.S. You'll see these breaking law. But look, me and the Denver mayor, we agree on one thing. He's willing to go to jail. I'm willing to put him in jail. Because there's a statute, it's Title 8 United States Code 1324 III, and what it says is, it's a felony if you knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. It's also a felony to impede a federal law enforcement officer. So if we don't want to help, that's fine. He can get the hell out of the way. But we're going to go do the job. President Trump has a mandate for American people. We got to secure this country. We got to save American lives. And I find it shocking that any mayor of a city would say, President Trump's been clear, we want to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats. I find it hard to believe that any mayor or governor would say they don't want public safety threats removed from their neighborhoods. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on in Denver, but we're going to go and we're going to fix it. If you don't want to fix it, if you don't want to protect his communities, President Trump and ICE will.
Tom.
President Trump and ICE will. Yes. Yeah. So I was going to have P-Ray come up, but she did text me. She said she wasn't feeling well, so I hope she does feel better. P-Ray knows ICE number by heart. You could go follow P-Ray on X at Chicago Red. Yeah, Chicago, the letter P, Red. However, ICE and President Trump will protect Americans by securing our border and deporting these goddamn illegals. Over $1 billion was spent on illegals. You saw an increase in drugs, an increase in gun trafficking, an increase in human trafficking by 400%. an increase in theft, in car theft, stores being raided, an increase in American citizens living in poverty and going hungry because the resources that were supposed to be allocated to American citizens in these sanctuary cities and states went to illegals. We do have a housing shortage. We do have a affordable housing problem, crisis. But those resources went to illegals. And now you have a mayor of a city that is completely being run over by illegals, saying that we are going to protect them. Yes, we are. And if Trump doesn't like it, too bad. I will be arrested. You could come and arrest me because I want to protect these illegal criminals. And you know what? I want to see the governor of Illinois, the mayor of Chicago, the mayor of Colorado, the mayor of LA, and anybody else that are saying that they're going to protect the illegal migrants. I don't care if it's a 14-year-old in 9th grade class. Deport her with her family. Because you don't know if that young girl or boy was human trafficked here. If she even living with her parents. Did she even come here with her parents? Too bad. They have to be deported. And we're going to see. So on January 21st, starting January 21st, and I'm going to give it to December 31st of 2025, we're going to see a massive decrease in human trafficking, in gun trafficking, in drugs trafficking. We're going to see a decrease. It's never going to really completely stop, but you're going to see a drastic decrease and all this illegal activity that is going on nationwide. I think I did have another clip. I thought I did. Maybe I do. Let's see. Yeah, this one.
And I'm sending a message for people that said they're going to get in our way. They're going to stop us from doing what we're doing on an interior enforcement operation. I've said 100 times in the last week, don't cross that line. It is a felony to knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. Don't test us. They're going to stop us from doing what we're doing on an interior enforcement operation. I've said 100 times in the last week, don't cross that line.
They mean business. This is not a game. This is not a game. This is serious, people. This is serious. And I'm just like, listen, the Democrats, they were so sure that Kamala Harris was going to win the presidency. They were so sure of that. And it did not happen. They really thought that we were dumb, all Americans. And not just that, even if they didn't think we were dumb, they really did not pay attention to the American people. They didn't care how we felt. They didn't care what we thought. They didn't care when we would yell and shout about the things that we need, the things that are making us poor, the things that are hindering our ability to live a quality life. The Democrats didn't hear us, which means they were not even listening to their own constituents. So why would we vote a party in? By the way, the House and the Senate and Congress flipped red because you were not listening to the people that voted you, the very people that voted you in. Why are you not listening to the people? Because you don't care. People who don't listen to the American people, because we have the power to vote them in and vote them out. You have a party that don't care what the American people think. They don't care what we need. That lets you know that they are the dictators. That lets you know that the only thing they care about is power, and they're willing to get it by cheating, by being very deceptive, by lying, And they will allow this country to be brought to its knees by outside terrorists so that they can hold power. Why would we vote that in? There, you have a red House, a red Senate, and a red White House. When was the last time that happened? I believe the last time that happened were all three branches, or two branches of government were Republican led. I think it was under George Bush the first, the senior. I think it was George Bush Sr., maybe George Bush Jr., maybe. But it's been over 20 years, basically. It's been over 20 years. And that should tell you something. When you have 30% between Black men and Black women, 30% of the Black population voted Republican, voted for Donald Trump. 30%. When was the last time that happened? The last time that happened was FDR. Maybe Truman or Eisenhower. But that was over 60 years ago. 30% of Black Americans voted red. Democrats, you will never win any election if you have 30% of Black Americans voting Republican. And you're upset that Robert F. Kennedy said Black people to overcome racism is to be resilient. That is a show of resilience. That 30% was being resilient when they voted Donald Trump into office. That is what resiliency looks like. So I don't care that majority of Trump's cabinet looks white. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me as an American citizen. We need to get off this symbolism and the way somebody look should be our representation. No, it is about policy, public policy. And if the policies are not working in our favor, meaning American people favor, then that politician does not deserve to be in any elected office. It's all about the policy. It's not about race. It's not about race. Thank you again to Chief Rocker for the lovely $50 super chat. Uncle Ruckus, if we homeschool our kids, they will be resilient. Mine are facts. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you, Uncle Ruckus. And by the way, I'm using Zoom, so I can't highlight the comments like we could do on StreamYard. But you're absolutely right. But a lot of times, a lot of parents don't have the means to homeschool because they have to work. But you can homeschool on the weekends. You could set up school when they get out of their regular school, have them in extracurricular activities, learning reading book and math programs, clubs on the weekends. Excuse me. But homeschooling is something that parents need to look into if it's feasible for you. But it starts with reinvesting in our youth, especially when it comes to Black Americans. First of all of American children are not being educated properly. Just not. We have to reinvest in our youth. When you look at China, when you look at Russia, when you look at every single country, even different countries in Africa, they are investing in their youth. We are very much behind. We are behind Europe. And then if you want to go into subsections, when you look at Black American children, the Black American youth, they're far behind than the American youth throughout this nation. They can't read. They don't know how to count. When you go to their home, you see that their home is in distress. They have parents who are not involved in their education. So I'm not concerned about President Trump cabinet being all white. I don't care. I care about the policies and how can I get in the game of making sure that those policies are working for me on a federal and the state level. Thank you to Spanky Bighead. The only way the Democrats will win the White House again is they need their own maverick. True, because they don't have one. They don't have one because they're focused on themselves and not the people. Listen, everybody don't agree with Republicans. There are a lot of Republicans that are just way out there. But when they talk about family, when they talk about, education, when they talk about this economy, it makes sense. The parties are shifting to where the Democrats used to be for the middle class man, the blue collar, the unions. Now the Democrats, they're all about the elites. The Republicans used to be all about the elites, but now they're for the middle class, the lower class, immigrants who are here legally. Yeah, Republicans love those what do you call those V1 visas? Them work visas, they love those work visas. But the Republican Party has now become the party of the people. And the Democrats have now become the party of the elites. Go figure. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. Please hit the like button, share. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the bell button. Everybody have a wonderful holiday. Yes, we know it's a colonized, Thanksgiving is a colonized holiday. The Indians lost. They lost. It is what it is. No, I'm not going to sit here and say it's Indigenous Day or honor the Indians the day after. I'm not doing that. I know my history. On my mother's side, yes, we are natives. Maybe some sprinkle over here on my father's side. But on my father's side, the Black people walked off that damn plantation. On both sides, mother and father's side, they joined the military, going way back to the Civil War. On my father's side, he came here from England. And that's how I got that last name, Cumberlander, because it's English. We trying to decipher if I think he was partially Black, but I think he was white. So yeah, Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving. How we got the holiday Thanksgiving and the history with slaughtering and lying to the Indians, you're giving them food, but then you're stabbing them in the back. That's life. That goes on every day. Look at what's going on in Gaza. We're no different. We are no better. I mean, we may be a little bit more civilized to where, you don't have the West Coast dropping bombs on the East Coast. But there was a time in this country where that did happen. But now we are one union. Yes, we are. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And we will be back Monday with Judge Joe Brown, Man Up Monday. Thank you, Stagger. Says, good job, Dana. Thank you. Dana's a Harry Potter character. I am. I never got into Harry Potter. Even though my son read the whole book, I was so surprised. I'm like, oh my God, this is when he was a kid. I would take him to the library, as all parents should. And he liked the movie. He picked up the book and he read that whole book. I didn't believe him. I said, you read the book? He was like, yeah. He sat down and told me about each chapter. I was so proud of him. Yeah, so listen, even if you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, a lot of people going away on holidays. Take these 2 days off and relax. Be with family and friends. I don't care if y'all talk about politics or not. That's going to make the Thanksgiving more exciting. Have fun, be blessed, eat well, give back. Yeah. And that's it. I'm Bye. Thank you. See you later. Thank you, James. He says fire show. I'm just reading some comments. Faith is all we need. Somebody that's interested in the community, like somebody, blah, blah, blah. I get that. Use voucher. That's Joyce. Hi, Joyce. Yeah. All right. All right, guys. Yeah, that's it. No Diddy update. Let me see something real quick. Diddy. His ass he's going to be sitting in jail for Thanksgiving. Let's see. No Diddy update. Nope. Yeah, Diddy's not, and it's 4 o'clock. Diddy's going to be sitting in jail for Thanksgiving, as he should. Why not? And he may not even get bail. Any YSL update, verdict update? YSL. Let's see. YSL verdict. Let's see. Day one deliberations. Jury sent home around 5 today. We'll be back tomorrow to pick up. Okay, so the jury, they have not come back in yet. The jury in a YSL is taking their job seriously, and while no immediate verdict is tough to interpret, I feel the favors the state more, given the, I don't know. Jurors in YSL case has chosen to go home for Thanksgiving and continue deliberations on Monday. Okay, so there will not be a verdict coming in today in a YSL case. People are ready to go home and prepare their meals and to travel. They ain't thinking about no YSL or the state of Fulton County, the county of Fulton or whatever. So the jurors will be back deliberating on Monday. So no verdict in a YSL, no judgment in the Diddy bail. Nope. Am I cooking? No, I'm not cooking this year. I didn't cook last year either, or the year before that. My father was cooking. However, my cousin, she is a chef. So we're going over her father, who is my uncle's house, to eat. I'm bringing dessert, apple pie and cheesecake, because apparently I can't find no sweet potato pie at Whole Foods. And I do know Whole Foods, they have really good desserts. So yeah, we will, I will be over there. I don't know what happened to my stream. So we will be over there. Good evening, Dana with the data. Happy tea day. Thank you, Decline Management. Thank you. Okay, yeah, here we go. So yeah, no, I will not be cooking. I'm bringing dessert. And then, you know what? And then next year, I'm gonna make it my business to be sitting on a beach somewhere. My birthday was last Saturday. Happy Braxton, the snake fiend. Happy birthday to Catalia. Her birthday was this month as well. Hella Mel birthday was this month. Happy birthday, guys. And by the way, on Monday, I will be having my Christmas wish list. Like I had my birthday registry. I will be having my Christmas registry. Yes, I was supposed to do a giveaway. The giveaways won't be until next year. But you can still send me Christmas presents when I drop my Christmas registry list on Monday. Go to Cheesecake Factory. I don't want a sweet potato pie. Trader Joe's have good desserts, but I want a sweet potato pie. I don't want a good one. I don't want patties from Walmart because that's manufactured. But right now I got an apple pie and I'm getting cheesecake, and I think that's good enough. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And I'll see you Saturday night. I think me and Steve still doing a show Saturday night. So I'll see you guys Saturday night for the fun show. Back here Monday. But make sure you hit that bell button to get notifications, because I will be doing lots of uploads. Bye. Bye. I had to get my bye straight. All right. Good night.